When you start a content marketing program, you can get access to a lot of key data for your key performance indicators. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. That data usually isn't gathered all in one place for you. Collecting and assembling the data takes effort. To make gathering data about your content marketing performance easier, I'm going to highlight 3 key sources of useful data. The first is web analytics. This means quantitative data about how people interact with your content on a website or mobile application. Common web analytics tools are Adobe Analytics, Google Analytics, and Optimizely. Because so many companies rely heavily on their websites, your company probably has at least one web analytics tool in place already. Web analytics shed light on how many people are using your content, where they're coming from, whether they return frequently, what they do after engaging with your content, and more. For example, when IBM launched a thought leadership website for mid-sized businesses around the world, they paid close attention to the geographic breakdown of where their visitors came from. The second data source is channel analytics. Similar to web analytics, channel analytics offer quantitative data about how people interact with your content or promotions of your content in email, on social media, and in other channels you decide to use in your content marketing. Most email, social media, podcasting, and video platforms provide such analytics. Channel analytics also can give you more specific details than web analytics about who your audience is. For example, Facebook Audience Manager and Twitter Audience Insights often can tell you demographics, interests, and more. These details help you know whether you're attracting and engaging the right audience. And the third data source is the voice of the customer. This means quantitative or qualitative data that sheds light on who your audience is and how they perceive your content and your brand. Examples of enterprise voice of the customer tools include Qualtrics, Medallia, ContentWorks, and Foresee. If your company is already using one of these tools, you likely can adapt them to collect useful data about your content marketing program. If your company isn't already using such a tool, take heart. You can start collecting that data through free or inexpensive tools like SurveyMonkey. While analytics shed light on what your audience does, this data gives a glimpse of what your audience thinks. Voice of customer data is especially helpful to understand whether your content is influencing your customers' attitudes and decisions. For example, if you want customers to view your company as a trusted advisor in a new topic or subject, you can conduct a poll or survey to confirm whether that's the case. So, as a content marketer, you can get a treasure trove of data about the key performance indicators you select. The challenge is hunting that data down. Start with the valuable insights you can gain from web analytics, channel analytics, and voice of the customer.